begin by saying thanks to the ambassador, His Excellency Wesley Momo Johnson and his team of diplomatic and other staff at the embassy for a job well done. Actually, we decided to kill two birds with one stone. We came here, the Liberian delegation led by the Vice President, to an investment forum sponsored by the Liberian Embassy and Development Markets Associates, and with some buttressing from the Foreign Office. And I think from all indications, the investment forum was a grand success. It was overly subscribed, and it gave us government officials the opportunity to interact with people intending to invest in our country. We would get happier if the people we saw yesterday, the business tycoons we saw yesterday, can finally have businesses in Liberia, and we can get invited to ceremonies where we'll cut the ribbons to some of these businesses. So we still have an unfinished business on that part, Mr. Ambassador. To have the investment forum was one thing, but yesterday was talk, talk, talk. We need to walk the talk. And to walk the talk, we need to ensure that all the talk that we heard yesterday is translated to opportunities, because the grand design is somebody in ground crew looking for a job to have a job through the work we do. So let's work for that. Well, on the issue of the passport, let me inform you that on Tuesday, that is about a few days from now, President Salif will sign with ministers of government what she calls performance contracts. Government now is having a paradigm shift. You must tell the Liberian people and the president what you will deliver within a set period of time, and you will have to be accountable for delivery. So it's going to be a public contract that will be signed, and we've been discussing the aspects of the contract. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is the first ministry. That's why the Minister of Foreign Affairs has two titles: Minister of Foreign Affairs and Dean of the Cabinet. And so I am going to sign the first contract with the President to say that I'm going to do X, Y, Z within the 2012-2013 budget year. And we've reduced on few options. She wants us to reduce our targets to 4, and we have sub-targets. And one of my targets is to improve the integrity of the passport issuance process and to improve the access to Liberian passports.
Yeah.
So, seeing me here, yes, I love Liberians in the UK.
Yeah, thank you.
As I love Liberians in the US. But I also love myself. Because this is one of the bold promises I have made, and that Madam Salif is going to hold me accountable to. We decided to put it on that level, at that radar, so as to achieve it, so that when we fail it, we can get discipline for it. So, I am the one signing the contract, but below me are people, deputies, assistants, ambassadors, and others, with whom I'm going to sign some subcontracts. It's going to be informal, but all of them will agree targets that must be achieved. No longer will we just sit and wait for the time to pass and then guess as to what we did. Every day must count. Every day must count in order for us to achieve. So I'm very happy that we can come here today to launch this ECOWAS biometric passport. We inherited some difficulties. We are not starting at ground zero on this process. We have some legacy issues. Issue of the pricing, left with me. I will do something with the price. But my legal people tell me that, well, you run into breach of contracts and it may translate to millions. Hearing the assistant minister trying to discuss some of the challenges we face, even with our constitution. These are some of the legacy issues President Salif inherited. And this is topical. Whatever debate that ensued is a little macrocosm of what is happening everywhere. In the US, in Liberia, the debate is on. And let me say that Liberians are passionate on both sides. If you come in the diaspora, you hear the Liberian passion from one side. When you go to Nuclear Town, you hear the Liberian passion on the other side. And we in government, we're trying to navigate the both sides of the divide so as to reach common ground. This issue is even at the level of the legislature. Before we even go to referendum, the legislature has to put it on the plate for referendum. So the legislature itself is split in the middle on this issue. That's how difficult it is. So it is not just an issue of whether you have the money to fund the referendum. It's an issue of even the legislature agreeing on the referendum question and putting it forth for referendum. Now the president has set up a constitutional review committee. The committee, the intention is to bring all these teething questions to put forth for referendum, hopefully 2014, as we go to the senatorial by-elections. The issue of citizenship is one issue that has dogged us. There are some provisions that we feel are anachronistic as a government. Even issues of who can be citizen, non-Negro and Negro descent. It, to some extent, embarrasses us all. But it is a quote-unquote constitution we inherited. Let me say that at the level of the government, we are thankful for the contribution by not only Liberians. The problem we inherited, 2006, we inherited colossal challenges. And it was not only people of Negro descent that could help us to navigate from those challenges. People, good human beings from all parts of the world, all races, went to our country, contributed. Some of them became even more loyal to Liberia than the people of Negro descent. And they've worked diligently to make us to turn the corner. In fact, one of them is even here with us today. I will introduce to you Ms. Kira Walker. She works at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We have a program called the Overseas Development Institute Fellowship Program, where graduate students from top colleges in the UK go and help to build our capacity, help Liberians. And as they do that, we have a shadowing program where other Liberians can fill the spaces, they leave behind when they've left. And she's been very helpful to Liberia. She worked with me diligently in my former life as Minister of Finance. And when we transitioned to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which is somewhat political, we must do a lot of protocol things. And I really admire Brother Selma for breaching protocols so easily by calling us up to sing the national anthem before the end of the program. Sometimes you must be unconventional for progress. That's the kind of problem we face at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. There are one or two antiquated ways of doing things. When you want to change it, they say, no, that's how it's been done for 100 years. So, but she's helping us to navigate from these difficulties. So we are very proud of all of them. Some of these questions you have, we will have the opportunity to answer them deeply in the town hall. And we'll enter other issues. The ambassador is still trying to see whether the vice president will join us. And I'm trying to see whether some of my cabinet colleagues who were here could join us. Some of them have flight difficulties or flight schedules that mean that they will have to leave today. But to the extent that they are available, they will be there with us. But if none of them will be there, Foreign Affairs, as Dean of the Cabinet, will take your questions and try to do justice to them anyhow. Without much ado, let me do what I was called up here to do, to formally launch the ECOWAS biometric passport. And with this, let me thank our Deputy Minister Pritchett for her untiring effort. She's been leading this effort from America. We now have it launched in Washington, D.C. Liberians don't have to go to Monrovia to have themselves fingerprinted. I think just 2 days ago, we received the good news that New York has started to. So we're beginning this process in the UK, in London. As time goes by and we get used to it, we may find 1 or 2 other cities in the United Kingdom to issue Liberian passports, to bring it as closer to you as possible. Let me thank Assistant Minister Colette from the legal section. And let me thank the passport people here. I've thanked the ambassador already. The DCM, the Deputy Chief of Mission, Mrs. Genevieve Kennedy, and the team. The passport lady we have, in fact, we needed to introduce her, Winifred. You need to know her. She's going to be the one asking some of those questions. And unfortunately, she may be rejecting people on dual citizenship when she herself doesn't agree. That's a problem. But the Constitution, we have to implement it until we can change it. With this, let me say that the ECOWAS Liberia biometric passport is officially launched with an effective date of October 1st. By October 1st, everything will have been done for you to really start to get the passport. The technicians have practically completed everything. We'll use these 2 weeks for you to have clarity so that when we launch the process, there will be no reversal. Thank you very much for coming, and that we look forward to the day that we can launch this process in another city in the United Kingdom. Thank you.